today we're on Stuck in the Middle podcast, the sports section. I'm myself and Fitzgerald. You can follow me on Twitter at OWON5 _ at the beginning and at the end. And here are my also co-hosts too as well, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
My name is Bruno. Follow me at 301 Bruno, Twitter, on Instagram. Happy to be here. Let's get started, boys.
Yeah, and my name is Heissend. You as well follow me on Instagram, Iceman _337. So yeah.
All right. So now that's out of the way. The first thing we got to talk about, everybody's in an uproar and upset about the new NFL CBA agreement within the extended schedule, condensed preseason, condensed practice, OTAs, jerseys, single-digit jerseys, any position wearing the jersey that they want, and the I would say stopping the excessive celebration, so to speak. My perspective, firstly, is I feel that I do think it is wrong to extend NFL seasons for 17 games. I think those are entirely way too long football games for the season. I think it was a poor agreement, a poor contractual agreement for the players to supplement less practice schedules, less OTAs, for us to have an extended season. I think that's going to be too much wear and tear on their body. I am someone who is a big advocate for kind of condensing the excessive celebrations. I know everybody else completely feels different. And I'm not necessarily saying no celebrations. I don't subscribe to anything like that, because that is a good point. I remember Michael Irvin saying for a while, he says, Michael and Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, all those guys said, they would practice and work out extremely hard all off season, go through rigorous training sessions, and they'll like to celebrate the fruits of their labor on game day. So I definitely feel it is important to be excited about what you're doing, and show some passion. However, though, sometimes I do feel like the choreographed celebrations are a bit excessive and it delays the game. What about you guys? How do you guys feel about it?
We talking about specifically celebrations.
Yeah.
You grind that hard as long as you want to make it to the league. For them to fine you for doing a celebration, that's crazy. You work way too hard to be for them to be trying to shine people's light. Some people are okay. They just want to, they score, high five with their teammates, and that's okay for them, and that's cool. But some people, if you have a bigger personality, more outgoing, you like to celebrate. Some people like to dance, like Victor Cruz used to do his salsa. You like to dance, you can do your stuff. That should be fair. Sean Merriman with the lights out. People have their signature celebration. It depends what you see as like too much. Like even the joint where T.O. scored, ran all the way to the star, did his celebration. If you ain't want me to do that, then you shouldn't let me score. It's okay, simple.
But everybody needs to define, right, what's excessive in the celebration, right?
If it's not obscene,
that's the thing. If it's not inappropriate, like you know what I'm saying, insulted or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah,
bro,
it shouldn't be excessive. The time thing is right though. We can't be celebrating for 6 minutes. This is not soccer where they'll just add extra time at the end. The game takes long enough in the first place.
Before, right? Go ahead, Heissend.
No, I was just gonna say my take is, man, let them do what they want, bro. Especially what I believe is most of these celebrations are not premeditated. You see what I'm saying? It's out of excitement and emotions, right? Somebody scores, it just comes out. You feel me? Some of them, I know some people actually do practice how they're gonna celebrate when they, make a big play, score a touchdown, something.
Right.
But on most cases, they're not premeditated, man. It's a bunch of emotions and everything that's running at that moment, especially for rookies, man. Like, I look at what happened to the Colts running back yesterday, right? Last night, dude get flagged, 15-yard penalty because he walked through a bunch like he was pushing through. I mean, something like that. I didn't think he did it.
With this.
Exactly. He didn't do nothing that was, that would probably make somebody else pissed off or something provocative. It wasn't like that. Dude's a rookie. Just made a big play on his first NFL game. It's a big stage. Like, it was all a dream for him at some point, and now it's real.
Yeah. It's hard to contain all that excitement.
Yeah. And he get flagged for flexing. I mean,
but the thing is though, right? In the National Football League, there's a certain level of decorum and professionalism that you have to display, right? And whether the athletes like it or not, they are role models to the youth and the next generation. So unfortunately, the kids, right, who are watching their favorite players, Odell Beckham Jr. and Saquon Barkley, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they are going to try to what's the word I want to use? Exactly, emulate, the mannerisms of these illustrious players, so to speak, right? So we have Odell Beckham. I remember a couple years back, he got on all fours and pretend like he was a dog and pissing.
That's a tough celebration. I'm a dog.
Yo, and a lot of people, a lot of players, a couple players did the same thing after that. Like, there's a couple players did the same thing too.
So now, right? So we're going to be in Little League games, right? We're going to see players who their favorite players, Odell Beckham. We've seen all the kids. They did the blonde bow hack. I'm hating because I can't go no. But so imagine you got the kids, right? They got the blonde mohawk and they doing the whip nay and all that. And one of them we in the game and they score and they go on the back of the end zone and they pretend like they're a dog and they do a pissing act at the end of the end zone. That's excessive, you know what I'm saying? We can't allow kids to see that behavior and think that behavior is acceptable.
But we letting these kids see they same parents in the stands cursing out players.
That's wrong.
Throwing.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
No.
Niggas can't do a little TY.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
Exactly. What about popcorn guy? Popcorn guy.
What security ever do?
No, I'm saying security. The management who's running these stadiums, they can't allow that. They can't allow the fans to be disorderly. That's wrong too. That is when you're
since the beginning of sports.
They have to stop that. Again, even when you're a fan, viewership, there's a certain level of decorum that you have to display as just being a fan. You can't come to the game naked. You can't come to the game drunk as shit. After a certain amount of drinks, they have to cut off no more drinks for you for this day. You reached your limit, right? So I think it's inclusive to everybody: fans, coaches, refs, players, ownership, everybody.
That is when they're taking it too far. When you're being inappropriate, that's not inappropriate. People see a dog pee on it. It's okay. Like they will live. I promise you, them children will survive. If that is what changes them children's lives completely, seeing a man pretend to pee.
It's not life altering. We're talking about how somebody should conduct themselves.
People having fun with it.
No, we're talking about how people should conduct themselves in a professional environment. That's all.
It's not a professional.
Yo, wait, you're playing a game. They're doing something that they love doing, right? It's fun.
This is the National Football League. It is a professional environment. This is a professional environment. You have an ownership for making.
It's a professional league. It's not a professional environment.
Because these people somebody can flex. Somebody can flex as a professional. You can't flex in somebody
environment where I could give somebody permanent CTE for the rest of their lives in a matter of a second. That can't be a professional environment.
Those are the stipulations of the environment that you're in. Even in the health and pharmaceutical field, there are long-lasting detrimental effects of
this is health and professional entertainment.
But this is all still professional entities.
This is entertainment before it's anything.
Hollywood, movie casting, directing.
You think shaking hands is what brings fans? People want to be entertained.
Yo, they trying to see some gladiator type shit.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like gladiator blood and everything, man. You out there? Come on, man.
People subliminally love that stuff. Like, they want this to happen. They want to create some sort of conflict where, all right, you doing that, I'm gonna bring it back.
Exactly.
That's what you're trying to see.
Exactly. And this is not tennis, man. This is football.
But hold on, though, right? You
man,
got
hold on, Fitz. Look, man. A lot of these rules have made the game so soft. Like, I mean, I played way back, right? I played way back when y'all played. It was way different when we played. So, bro, way back then is get killed or be killed. You feel me? Right. Back then, it would get killed or be killed. But right now, man, it's all these. I mean, I understand that some of these rules are to keep the players safe. Understood. But, man, come on, man. Don't hit me like this. You can't do this. You can't hit like this. Now, man, where the hell is all this damn talking about targeting came from? I hate that rule.
And I'm not gonna lie. Look, and I agree. The game is explicitly soft.
It's soft now.
Crazy. it's crazy.
And now you can't celebrate. And now you can't celebrate how you want to celebrate.
Those are two different conversations, right?
Yeah, I get
exactly. One is important to the game. One is just cosmetic.
Exactly.
No, because right, you're taking away from the essence of what football is, the physicality and
what
the
is the
physical nature
essence
of what football is.
Oh yeah, from taking away
physicality.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, hitting, invoking your will, breaking someone else's will, etc. That's football, right? But now when we're talking about celebrations at times, they can be excessive and it's time consuming, right? You guys said the gladiator times, even in Great Rome, when they did have gladiators, even in how grotesque and gruesome their environment it was, there still was certain rules, level of professionalism that you have to display in the gladiator environment.
To be honest,
right?
It is life or death.
It's life or death, man. It's life or death. And people pay hella money to come watch it. And I think that's the same. I feel like that's the same ideology or mentality that when football was being created, they was thinking about an arena where a bunch of grown, muscular, big dudes knock the crap out of each other, and people would be entertained.
People would love to see that violence.
In ancient Rome, right? Like we said, in gladiator times, there's a certain level of professionalism, decorum that you had to display, right? One of them, which was so to speak, an unwritten rule, was to never ever defend or yield. You're supposed to die in honor, right? So if you technically lost, the worst thing you could do is try to beg for your life. The only people who can save your life is either the king or the people who are voting thumbs up or thumb down, right? So even then, there was even as nasty, gruesome of a sport that was, even then there was still a certain level of professionalism that they had to display, right?
That's not professionalism. That is trying to force people to prove I'm manly. I don't care about dying. That's a moment where death is imminent.
Like you can't bear when you about to get your head chopped off,
bro. Like you really about like it's really about to be over.
Right.
Yes,
that professionalism will fly out the window.
Exactly, man.
Bro, what that dude? What's that one trainer? That dude used to make inspirational videos. How people like when you tired, you don't want a car. You just want air. You don't want nothing but air. At a certain point, bro, there is nothing nobody could tell you when your life is in the balance.
Do you guys know how many them gladiators died in those?
Yes, trying to go like soldiers to prove what to who?
Because they knew code.
They knew that was what happened.
A code of ethics and morals,
bro.
Professionalism.
That code is, you know where that code is coming from? The niggas that not in the gladiator arena.
Exactly.
Put any of them niggas in there, I guarantee you that code fly right out the window. It's easy from the outside. From the outside. I can tell.
All right, look, like the movie, right? What's the name? What's that movie called? The Gladiator movie, right?
Yeah.
When they threw the emperor, when the emperor, the emperor is the emperor. Yeah, he got thrown into the arena to fight. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When he saw that, when it got to that point, exactly.
It's not the same.
But he got to that point. My man turned around and looked at he was looking at the judges trying to get him to stop it.
No, boy.
Exactly, right? So the rules, it's all about is fight to the death when you're not involved.
This is the thing, right? When you're involved, okay, since we're gonna use movie analogies and parallels, in Spartacus, right? The main character, Spartacus, and one of the other character antagonists, so to speak, was Gannicus, right? Spartacus and Gannicus deeply had a hatred for each other, a deep hatred for each other.
Yeah.
Right? So I correct me if I could be wrong. I haven't seen them in a while, but there's an instance when they are in the arena, and Gannicus and Spartacus are technically on the lines going against somebody else, right? But Gannicus sees a major opportunity where he sees Spartacus. He's very defenseless and he has his guard down because he's under the impression that they're fighting two other people, right? So Gannicus could say, I hate this dude, right? Now this is my perfect opportunity to kill him. But again, it goes back to professionalism that you have to display in this setting, right? So even in the most grotesque, physical, combative environments, right? In certain spaces, you have to display professionalism. I keep using that word over and over and over again because that's how much that's how big it is. You know what I'm saying? So in the NFL, to a certain extent, I'm not going to say I'm overly conservative and say, oh, they shouldn't have any celebrations at all. Nobody should be celebrating. I don't believe that at all because, yes, I think Monday through Friday, there's a certain level of work that you have to put in, you know what I'm saying? And you should celebrate the fruits of your labor. However, though, we've seen instances where guys taking too long and it has become a little bit excessive, so to speak. Moreover, go ahead, what you said, Bruno?
I was about to ask you where this idea of professionalism, where's it rooted in?
Yeah, good question.
Where's it in terms of what, like
where does it all come from? Who decides what is professionalism, what is not? The same professionalism that says you shouldn't be wearing dreadlocks at work, no tattoos, any piercing. That same professionalism.
See, this is the thing. The predecessors and the people who are in control, right? They're going to be the ones who are saying, this is what is professional, and this is not what professional.
Yo, let's hold on, Fitz. Fitz, 1 second, man. I'm sorry, man, but I feel like if we want to talk about this particular word, it's gonna get to a different place where if not, to be honest, right? If you want to talk about being, right? I mean, technically, it is, right? But in nowadays, in today's America of professionalism, right? You talk about that word, man, because my man right just said, Bruno just talked about like, oh, you can't wear this.
This is the thing. But this is the thing. This is why ownership is very important. This is why ownership is paramount. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be in position to dictate what's professional, what's not professional, what's not displaying decorum, you have to have an ownership of the entity that you're residing in, right? So the NFL players or people who are complaining about this is the professional, we don't need to go into societal dynamics, so to speak, right now. We're talking about football.
Yeah.
However, though, until you have ownership, right, of the entity that you're residing in, you can't dictate what's professional or not, right? So people in the guys in the NFL, they say, oh, this is not, we don't like this. Roger Goodell. The league is 75% black. If all the prominent black players in the league said, the rules that are in this play are inadequate and we're no longer happy, we're going to create our own league, the NFL crumbles tomorrow. It's simple, right? The NFL crumbles tomorrow. So if anybody says we want to wear our own jerseys, we want to celebrate for as long as we want to. We don't want to play 16 games. We don't approve of this new CBA agreement. NFL guys, you know what you say? We're going on strike. We're going to petition to create our own league. We're not playing football this year, right? You guys can get your replacements. And the problem is, the rookies aren't necessarily going to be in solidarity with all the other guys. So all the guys that want to go continue to play for Roger Goodell and all these owners that don't give a fuck about them, pardon my French, I'm sorry. You guys can go stay in the National Football League. So until we have ownership of the entities that we reside in, we can't dictate what's professional or not.
Unfortunately,
no, we can't unless we have our own. That's why ownership is so important. If you're residing in somebody else's league, right? If you look at the NFL, people think it's a black people's league. It's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, right. Yeah.
The owners are white. The general managers are white. Yep. The coaches are white. All the top players in football history are white. This is a white person's league, right? The majority of the workers in the working class are black, right? Those are the dynamics of the NFL. So until we're in a position where we have ownership of the league, where we have the owner, I don't think it's even 1% black. 30 teams in the league. I don't know if there's a black owner. You know what I'm saying? There isn't. The commissioner of the league. There isn't a black owner.
There isn't a black owner.
Yeah, so the commissioner of the league, he's a white guy. You see what I'm saying? So until we're in positions where we have jurisdiction over the entity that we reside in, we have to kind of conform to their rules. It's unfortunate. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's just the reality of the situation. Now, if we feel like, all right, this is what matters to us, this is what's important to us, create our own league. We can do before integration. All the great players came from the HBCUs. Bob Hayes, Deacon Jones, Jerry Rice's post into Dick Nitrate Lane. You know, we go on and on and on. All the guys that came from historically Black institutions prior to. So it's not like we would be suffering if we created our own, so to speak. But it's unfortunate, right? The new CBA that everybody agreed to, the NFLPA, the representative, I think is Dennis. I don't know. I'm never going to try to butcher the name of the president of the NFLPA. They met with the owners. They met with the commissioners, and they agreed. All these rules that are getting handed out, these are the stipulations and contracts that they agreed to. So, which is confusing to me, right? Like you guys had the opportunity. There was a referendum. You guys could vote, right? I think the problem is all the players seeing, okay, the NFL is not going to drug test us anymore, so to speak. So now weed is decriminalized in the NFL, but teams can still drug test you and fine if they want to. Condensed practice schedules. We're not going to have to hit in the summertime or prior to camp, or it's not mandatory. We can wear the jerseys.
That make Bruckus. I know Brent went. That never existed back then, but this is making them soft, bro. You can't wear it. You can't when it's too hot. You can't do this. Why you playing football? Why you playing ball then? Y'all just go ahead and put on a bunch of thongs and walk around and bitch it. Like, I mean, excuse my language, but damn, like that right there just made the whole league soft, man. You can't,
bro.
Come on, man.
It's the new era.
It's football, man. It's football, not what Tootsie Rolls. Yeah. What's it called? Football, man. Footsies.
But speaking of football, the real football, right? We're gonna talk about the real football legends.
Authenticity.
The real football legends. The one and only.
The real football.
The greatest all time.
All time.
To walk the earth.
No.
CR7.
Nah, but name better start with an R or something.
Better start with an L.
CR7. CR7.
Exactly. That's CR7 right there.
We're getting to the climax of both of their illustrious careers, right?
Yeah.
Messi is how 34?
34.
And Ronaldo's 36.
Mm-hmm.
So we can all come to agreement. They both have 4 years, three to 4 years, so to speak. And actually, soccer is really gone out. If they wanted to, they possibly can compete in MLS. That's usually what they do at the end of the career.
I think they're both going to Inter when they're done.
Inter Miami.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to.
The David Beckham team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come to MLS, come run around.
Actually, no.
They come run around with suckers and get paid. My MLS,
the whole time I heard that. I feel like they had some type of handshake, an agreement, saying that, you know, when they're towards the end of the career and then they're pretty much about to fizzle out, they're gonna, like Bruno said, sign to.
Yeah, Messi already pretty much said he's coming to America.
What's the name? What's the name? Beckham.
Wayne Rooney.
Kaká, Wayne Rooney, Deco, and all of them, right? Deco
came to MLS. All of them.
Oh yeah,
and Iniesta came out, right? I think he was playing for New York.
Yeah,
Iniesta was playing for New York, right? Yeah.
Even I think Thierry Henry did it. If I'm not mistaken.
He did. Yeah, he did. I think it was Galaxy, right?
He did too.
And then Drogba. I think Drogba came to America too. Didn't he? Probably.
More than likely did.
Yeah.
So now that we're towards the end of their career and we have a large sample size of what both of them were able to contribute to football, so to speak. In my opinion, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the best football player to ever walk this earth, right?
I'm with you on that one.
We have a guy. How many Ballon d'Ors does he have? Five or six? We have five?
Yeah.
Four Ballon d'Ors, and Messi has what, 5?
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Messi has 5.
No, he has 5. They both have 5. Ronaldo has 5. Messi has 6, but I get his 7th this year.
Okay, so Messi has 6. Ronaldo has 5. So we have Ronaldo, who has the most goals in football history. Mm-hmm. He has an illustrious career in the UCL. I think I don't know if he has the most championships in the UCL. And Ronaldo has also, until recently, has done something that Messi has struggled with on the international level, right?
What's that?
And winning international tournaments.
Okay.
And that's.
When you say who did that? Who did that?
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo has surpassed Messi in terms of international achievements until recently, when Messi won the CONCACAF from the
Copa America.
Copa America. CONCACAF is Central America. I'm messing up. But so as of recently, he's been a large discrepancy in their international career. But I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo for I think also his physique too. Just if you look at his disposition as an athlete, it's just something that I would like to model myself more. Ronaldo's bigger, faster, stronger. He's more athletic, and he's put more soccer balls into the back of the net. People probably prefer Messi because he's more of a facilitator. He's more concise and precise in the soccer game, so to speak.
The guy's electrifying, man.
Great soccer player. But that's my position to why I would choose Cristiano Ronaldo over Messi. What's your argument for?
My argument is very simple. Right. Bring up individual awards, and then we'll discuss. People love to bring up team achievement, and even if you bring up team achievement, it's not very far. The only thing Ronaldo has more is just one more Champions League, which with this season coming up, that could be very quickly dwindled. The problem with y'all,
we're gonna talk about that this season coming up. Trust me.
The problem with y'all is y'all probably check up on the stat. Oh, Ronaldo had 2 goals this game. He's the best. You cannot watch the game and watch how Messi orchestrates football. Like the thing is, Messi is football. Like that is the point. He is the epitome of what you think as the perfect football player. He has all aspects except for maybe defensively. But attacking wise, passing, dribbling, creating chances, scoring the goal, finishing, his goal ratio is better than Ronaldo's. He's just played less games. That's the only reason Ronaldo has more goals than he has. The man scored 91 goals in a calendar year. The closest is like 20 off. It's really not even a close debate. He's 6 or 7 golden boots now, I think. European golden boots, 6 Ballon d'Ors. The 7th one is coming. Individually, it's not even the same game. Ronaldo, at first he was a winger. He played with his pace. He played with his dribbling. He got to Real Madrid. He got into his poacher role, and he has been running with it, and it works. So why change it? There's no reason to. He's probably the best person in that position to have as your number 9, even though he plays as a 7 on the left wing and makes inside runs. Probably the best person of all time that you could have there. But as a person to play in the offense or as a player, there's no way you're drafting a team and Lionel Messi is not the first person on your list. It doesn't make sense.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Go ahead, Heissend.
No, go ahead. I mean, I was just going to talk about the Ballon d'Or thing. It's actually, Messi actually has more than Ronaldo, so because he was talking about individual awards.
Yeah, he's still going on 7. Don't forget a World Cup Golden Boot where he took his team to the final. This man, and that 22 is coming. Look, that 22 World Cup is coming. Just wait for Argentina to bring that same form.
If you look at, but this is the thing. That's another thing too, though, right? At the age of 36, right? You can still say that Ronaldo's is the best forward in football right now at the age of 36. He's extremely productive, right? He's almost really
Messi play forward.
Messi's like a attacking midfielder more than anything.
Messi, he's what they call in Cameroon push and run outside.
He's an attacking midfielder.
That's it. He's a push and run kind of guy. He
has to be an attacking midfielder in Barcelona because there was none. They had Busquets, who plays the most beautiful through balls I've ever seen in my life.
But even when they had Xavi or Iniesta, he still was in that.
Yeah, he loves to drop deep because that's the type of player
10.
he is. He makes plays from everywhere on the field. It makes sense.
He still played that number 10 role. But now circling back to Ronaldo, at the age of 36, he's by far the most viable option in terms of what a forward would be in football, right? I think he led the Italian league in most goals at his age. I remember, I think there's a stretch for Real Madrid. He had 280 appearances with 320 goals behind it. That's unheard of, right? For him to be averaging 1.2, 1.3 goals per game, and for that stretch, for almost a 10-year stretch, that's unheard of. That's unprecedented. We've never really seen anything like that, right? And then also, too, going towards the end of his career, he said he's played more games than Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo's longevity shouldn't be an asterisk against him. Shouldn't be anything that should be taken away from him because he was able to.
It's not
for a long period of time, right? And he's gonna continue to play. So unless
Fitz, I feel like, and where he does all these things, where he achieves all of these, should be taken into consideration, right? He goes to this team, he sets records. Goes to this team, he sets records. Goes to this team.
He is going to every the best team in these leagues.
No,
it's not. No,
Bruno,
and he's the second best player of all time, probably. Bruno, so he should be dominant.
Bruno, like, when Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid,
he went to Manchester.
No,
my bad. He went to Juventus, right?
Yeah. I said Inter, my stupid. Juventus.
He went to Juventus.
Right? When Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid, life changed for Real Madrid.
Yes, they lost the second best player of all time. This should change.
No. We're talking about impact.
He was their offense. You put the man in the box. He's at the penalty spot. Bruno, you put it around him. He will score.
How can you say he's the second best player in football when the objective of football is putting the ball in the back of the net? Nobody's been more successful in putting the ball in the back of the net.
Messi been more successful.
Who?
Messi has been more successful.
No, Messi does not have more goals.
He has 20 less and 130 more games.
So this is the thing, right?
Less games.
So with Ronaldo continue to play, right? Ronaldo's going to probably play 70 more matches of football, maybe even 100 more matches of football. On average, he's going to net about 80 more goals, right? So you're telling me that
Ronaldo is coming off the bench this year?
Ronaldo coming off the bench.
Ronaldo is splitting minutes this year.
Who will be in front of Ronaldo?
Hey, you guys have been misconceived by 2016 Ronaldo. This is not the same player.
Who will be in front of Ronaldo?
Look,
there's nobody. There's no forward.
Bro, Juventus is trying to get rid of him.
There's no forward in football.
They brought him to win Champions League. They've got nowhere closer. They've lost Italian Cups. They won 9 out of 10. They lost the year he got there. This man is not impacting teams.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Name me another forward that's better than Ronaldo right now.
Right now? Who I want over Ronaldo right now?
Yes.
Lewandowski. Haaland. Haaland is the same.
He's a baby. He's a child.
He's the same thing as Ronaldo.
He's younger than me. He's a child.
At the age that you're referring to, Messi had 3 Ballon d'Ors.
He's a child. At
this age, Messi has 3 Ballon d'Ors. 2 years later, he scored 91 goals.
Wet behind the ears, breast smell like similar. Isn't that what season is? You said Haaland?
Hey, look. Haaland, who had the most UCL goals this year, probably about to win UCL forward of the year for people's best. Haaland, I think he's 21 or 22 now.
21 or 22?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not putting anybody. If you say Mbappe, then we can have some.
That's what I said. Lewandowski, Mbappe, or those are 2 people I could have instead of Ronaldo. There's no player you can just interject for Messi. That's the difference.
If you say Lewandowski, Mbappe, we can have that discussion. But Haaland, stop. Lukaku, right? Even Lukaku.
Haaland is the same player as Ronaldo is 3 years ago.
He's not. Haaland does not have the same type of
pace and power is all they do.
He does not have impact. He doesn't have the same impact. Stop.
What?
He does. He does not have
definitely know he doesn't have the same pace.
He does not have the same.
Not the same pace.
He does not have aerial assault in the air.
First of all, no, I'm not saying he as Fitz is definitely. I'm not saying he is how athletic Ronaldo is now, but how athletic, as fast as he is, the shot power he has. He is Ronaldo like 3 years ago, but he's not. Of course, he's not as technical. He doesn't have the attacking position. He don't see the game the same way. I'm talking about just raw athleticism.
He's not as cerebral. He's not as skilled.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I'm talking about the athleticism of it.
Bruno,
he's a big target man. He's a poacher, and he will kick the hell out the ball, and it's very hard to stop him from scoring.
Can't believe this push and run guy got you talking like this, man.
Bro, look, think about it, bro. There is players you can substitute for Ronaldo, and they'll be close. There's nothing like Messi. You will not see it.
Bruno, what you're doing is like basically saying that Luka is comparable to Larry Bird. That's basically what you're doing right now.
It's saying he on his way. If he continues on the path that he's on, he will be definitely on his way.
You know what Haaland would have to do? So you're telling me he's 21 for 15 more years.
Yes, to dominate. It's very difficult. If he can stay healthy, if he has the work ethic of Ronaldo, then of course. But not everybody is.
So who else has been able to?
So you're guessing. So you're guessing. If I'm
making a
So
you have to. It's somebody's future.
Nobody even knows what he can do because you're comparing him to Ronaldo's pace and strength.
Yes, that's why I said the athleticism part of it, but the mental part is the most important part. If he doesn't have that, then there's nothing.
I don't even think he's as athletic as I haven't seen.
Bro, watch Haaland, bro. He has that straight line speed that is just burning past people.
Bruno,
you're not catching this man.
Bruno, do you know?
And he has shot power like no.
Bruno, do you know? Hold on. So, are you saying Haaland is the fastest player in soccer right now?
No, I'm saying he has that pace with his power.
When Ronaldo was at that age of 21, he was the fastest player in soccer, right? His dribbling ability, his ability to create.
His dribbling ability was flash and not technical. It's a very different thing. It's a very... Just because you do 18 step overs on the sideline makes that great.
So, Bruno, if I do all the moves, right, and I go by you, and you're behind me, tell me how that's not adequate.
That's his pace.
No,
that's because he can push. What Messi does with the ball is dribbling, moving the ball, and it looks like it's literally attached to your foot between 6 players. That is dribbling. That is why you can't recreate that.
So when you have Ronaldo, when he was over there, man, you playing on the left wing, right? Mm-hmm. Doing the same thing, dribbling past fullbacks, dribbling past defensive midfielders, sweepers,
step over, push.
So because maybe Messi's way of doing it might be more aesthetically pleasing. That means that it's by far more adequate.
The Ronaldo way is more aesthetically pleasing because you're like, he got this skill package. He really Kyrie with it. It's dribble heavy. It's like, that is so tough. I'm talking about Messi is not doing showboating stuff. He's just taking the ball past you.
Haaland is not even faster than Mbappe.
These are world talent speeds, bro. He gets a world talent speed. That's why people like that, you can dribble and push the ball. You don't have to dribble. You can push when you're that fast.
You do know he's not even faster than Mbappe, right? And you
of course not. He shouldn't be faster than Mbappe.
You can't Haaland
comparing him to Cristiano, bro.
There's no comparison.
Let me show you Haaland run. Since y'all obviously think Haaland
he runs.
No. Listen, if we're gonna know, listen. Right?
Haaland, he's clocked a 22.39 miles per hour, bro.
And
Mbappe.
Let me get this video in person.
Yo, you better go pull up a video. Look at that.
Have you seen? Look at this man. Hey, this is the pace that is criminal.
You know what league that is?
Haaland is literally. I wish it wasn't flipped.
Bruno, the bodybuilders in that league, bro. He's playing in the Bundesliga, bro.
I feel like he scored the most Champions League goals this year. Who scored the most Champions League goals? Who scored the most Champions League goals this year?
Who did what?
Who scored the most Champions League goals this year?
I think Haaland might have scored the. I might have to go check.
He did.
Sure.
Don't be pretending like this man is just open because he's in the Bundesliga. He is lethal.
Bro, he's playing
He is Ronaldo, bro. He's Ronaldo, bro.
He's not. The
only thing he doesn't have the mental part of the game that you get when you age. It depends how his work ethic, how he handles all the outside stimulus and stuff like that. Like somebody like Ronaldo, where it's really he's always had that laser focus, where his work ethic, I'm gonna work harder than everybody else, and I'm gonna get to where I get to. But unfortunately, God-given talent will always be stronger than that. And Messi, and he works hard too, and he's just blessed with the ability to control the ball, and that is okay.
Push and run. He's blessed with pushing and running, bro.
Let's now talk about, people love to talk about Messi's international success. Messi has had more international success than Ronaldo. Ronaldo just won his Euro, and that Fluke Nation League. So people think that this man has done something. The man that didn't even play in the final this is who we're touting. Which makes no
he got hurt. No, he played. He played, but he got hurt. He got hurt.
Stepped off did nothing on the pitch. Let me tell you what the big difference between Ronaldo and Messi is. You will never find a game of Ronaldo where he did not score or assist and have over an 8 in his match rating, and you watched him play like, damn, he had a great game even though he didn't score. Messi don't got to do none of that, and he can still orchestrate the game. This is the differences between the two players. One is a great poacher. You need that goal. He will stand there when the ball gets to him well, then he can score that goal. I promise you he's going to score it. One will create that goal if he needs it, or he can score that goal if he needs it. This is the difference.
I mean, I do give him the ability. I give him the ability to orchestrate and assist, right? He's a magnificent assistant, right? When it comes to creating goals and everything. That's true. He's going to organize and set it up and everything. Yeah, I give him that. Like, I feel like it's because he's mostly playing like he's up front, middle, and everything. And Ronaldo's coming from the side and everything, trying to cut in. But then, whatever. Hey, man, but it's still a push and run. I'm going to change something.
But let me ask, let me ask
push and run guy.
Let me ask you guys this, right? This is a hypothetical. Let's say you're in a position, right, where at work, and somebody offers you a large lump sum of money at your place of employment for you to extend your contract there, right? And you feel, I feel like I might be more than that, honestly. Like, you feel like you might be more than that. So would you guys stay at your place of employment, even though you might feel like you are getting a little bit shortchanged on what you are, but it's a lot more secure, and what they're actually offering you, it's decent, you know? You can get by off that. Or would you guys roll the dice and go over to another company, right, and seek out other options, seeking more money? What would you guys do? Are you guys actually how can I put it? Or would you rather seek stability and something that's insured, or would you guys roll the dice and see, you know, if there's more that you can get?
It depends. It depends on what you're looking for in life. You see what I'm saying?
Depends what the aspect is.
Exactly.
Do I have loyalty to this place? Do I not have loyalty?
Because I'm looking at security. I'm looking at stability. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm assured here, right? I'm stable and I'm secured, right? So you don't really know what's waiting for you on the other side and everything. Exactly. So, yeah, man, sometimes people want to follow money. and by the end of the year, they're broken what they started on. So I feel like if you ask me, I'll go with security, man.
And now the reason why I'm bringing that up, though, right? Because we've seen our man Dennis Schroeder fumble with an $80 million bag.
Oh, boy. Bruh.
We've seen our man Dennis Schroeder fumble with an $80 million bag, right? Wow. Hindsight is 2020, which is cool, right? But I'm gonna play devil advocate for like 2 seconds right here, though, right? This is probably what he was thinking. 4 years, $84 million. I'm stepping to a starter's role, right? If everything goes as planned, LeBron AD stays healthy, we win the championship. Going into this free agency, now I can lobby for $100 million deal. I have a large sample size of starting. I contributed and we won the championship, right? Usually that leads to a cash in during free agency in that summer, right? Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have looked at it like that. I would have looked at it like, listen, I'm a bench guy, right? For majority of my career, I've been a rotational, a backup point guard, right? Now I'm in Los Angeles. This is the biggest sports market that there is. Besides New York Yankees, Dallas Cowboys.
Mhm.
I don't think those three franchises, New York Yankees, Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Lakers. I just think that's the pinnacle of sports in America, right? So, and I think he made a huge miscalculation because also being in a large market, you are exposed to more sponsorships, more business opportunities, endeavors, so to speak, right? So he could have cashed in on more than just a salary. Truthfully, he definitely should have fired his agent. Whoever was advising him, they got in trouble.
Okay. They got going back,
bruh.
Can you imagine, bro?
bruh.
$72 million gone.
Yo.
There's no way of recouping.
Bruh, 72 M's gone. You never getting that back.
There's no way of recouping, right? And even they're gonna say, oh, but he signed the 1 year for $5 million.
Bad luck, man. Like, man, he need to go back. He need to go to something church,
Hey,
like
something,
bro.
Man. But he came into the season on that, right? Because when he came into the thing, he's like, I'm a starter. He said, I didn't come here to be a rotational player, a role player, or backup to nobody. I came here to become a starter, right?
For the Lakers.
For the Lakers.
Yo, man. And his people just brought on Westbrook. Bro.
He wanted to show.
But the thing is, behind hindsight,
man better go back and play for Botafogo. Damn, man. Call Tico. Bro, because he done.
No. See, the thing is, hindsight is 2020. Imagine, okay, what if, right? It worked out perfectly. What if they played the season, they won the championship, then he went into free agency, right? Him asking for $100 million probably would have been validated. Would have been valid, but I don't know. It's so risky because I'm somebody, I always advocate, roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? Bet on yourself. But in that situation, though, bro, that was a major miscalculation. And I think, Bruno, it was either you or Heissend. One of y'all said it, bro. He's not going to be able to recruit, bro.
You never get it back.
It's gone. Because if he signed that contract, I'm sure he would have had $30 million guaranteed. I'm sure just off the bonus of signing his name on the contract. Yeah. I'm pretty sure in part of the stipulation you would have had 30. Bro, imagine that. I don't think I would sleep, bro. I'll probably lose sleep, bro. For like 6 months a year. Imagine if I signed this contract, I would have had 25 to 30 million, 25 million or 20 million directed deposits into my bank account. To my bank account.
Yeah, how old is he again? I
think Shooter's like 28.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, man. I was going to say, I thought he was probably like, I was thinking he was probably younger than that, man. Like, I don't even know much about him, but like, if he was, he's 27. He's 27? Yeah, so I was thinking he was probably like, I was just thinking he was probably like 22. Then I probably say, yeah, he got some time to like probably get it back, but then he's 27, bro.
He's still know what he did to the Celtics?
For 1 year for $5 million. We can't laugh, bro. We can't. This is the thing.
Nigga getting Scottie Pippen deals out here, bro.
Oh man.
But you see, this is the problem though. What he had to understand.
They doing that German boy dirty, man. Even Germany.
The thing is. But he came in the league as an overachiever, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the point that he's in the league, he came in the league and he overachieved for what his expectations were, right?
Yeah.
And I think he kind of got out of his body, so to speak, because even before he went to the Lakers, he had a career year. I think at OKC he shot the highest 3-point percentage, field goal percentage, and the most points per game, right? So I think he got to a certain position where you get out of your body, you know what I'm saying, and you overvalue yourself, and that happens sometimes, bro. Yeah, I guess you kind of have to find that balance because you never want to undervalue who you are as a player and what you can contribute. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. I don't think I've seen anybody fumble a bag like that before, bro. That's
in a long time.
Like I don't know if I've seen anything like that, bro. Like the millions of dollars. They said my man. utter shock and disbelief.
Bro, how can you eat?
Yeah.
No, bro.
Nah,
You can't. Nigga can't
Honestly.
get no. He can't take no showers without music because if he left in there with his thoughts, he might not be.
no, honestly, bro.
Oh
honestly,
man.
The agent has to go, bro. The
Bro,
agent,
it's tough.
Damn.
I understand accountability, right? But when you fumble back like that, somebody has to get fired, bro. Somebody has to
Unless
get
he
replaced,
told
bro.
him, unless he specifically told him, I don't want this deal. Maybe unless he's wanted out of LA because he wanted to go back to his OKC role, which he went to Boston, so he obviously didn't. Then somebody got to go.
You know what the sick thing is? You know what the sick
go.
thing is? So not only is he taking a significantly less amount of money, now his role is gonna change too. He went from starting in LA. Now they're saying he's about to be a backup to Marcus Smart, bro.
That's fumble the bag in every aspect, bro.
So not only is this man, right, he lost out on 25, 30 on just the signing bonus, right? Because he could have got traded. Yes, he absolutely could have got traded. However, though, we're talking about the initial down payment that he missed out on. And on top of taking a significantly less role, right, on an organization that's not necessarily competing for the title right now, bro. So maybe his strategy is sign a 1 year, $5 mil. But even if, right, he can't necessarily be in a position where he could prove himself to be a starting point guard, where he's going to be earning 85 upwards type of dollars, because you have Jason Tatum there, you have Jaylen Brown that's there already. So just off touches, minutes, shot attempts alone, he's not going to have those type of opportunities he's afforded to in LA and OKC, so to speak. Because even OKC, he came off the bench too. But he also had the same amount of minutes that he had with the Lakers. I think he had OKC, he did 34 minutes per game. And then with the Lakers, he had about 35, 36 minutes per game, so to speak, right? But it's like now we can see these numbers drop significantly down to 20 minutes per game now. You know, they have.
Yo, who would you blame on this though? Like, because I feel like you as a player should be smart enough. Like, don't just you can't just throw your entire life in the hands of a so-called agent. You know what I'm saying?
But once you sign that, what's it called? When they get that legal right to sign for you, they be in there. I mean, it's just like what's it called? That happened to. Keep going while I think about this player.
Nah, yeah, because I'm thinking, man, like at the end of this, that's why you're in school, right? That's why you're in school too. You feel me, right? Because so certain things you just gonna have to like handle yourself. Cause right now he's done. Like
this year.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it's on him. No, truthfully, it's on him.
It is to get his money back.
Right.
No, like, all right, so we're saying fire the agent. Yeah, fire the agent.
No. I'm talking about to earn his money back this year. He got to hoop to get that type of contract.
Yeah, because
hey, y'all.
Wait, how you gonna blame the agent though? Like,
he's not.
Bro, he ain't getting it back, but he gotta make up for it, bro.
Nah.
He gotta make up for it somehow.
Bro, he'd be lucky if he get half of it.
Look, it could be, it might end up like Dave Chappelle, bro. Dave Chappelle said Comedy Central, I ain't want all that. And then Netflix ran it back 12 years later.
Bruno.
He had to wait on it a little bit.
Top, bro. Top, man. Dennis Schroeder, he's gonna have to parlay this year and turn him to, he's gonna have to average 18, 20 points per game, somewhere like that, or have a major impact, right? To somewhat recoup, right? The reason why Lonzo was able to recoup after LA gave up on him, and for a while in the beginning for the Pelicans, it was kind of rough for him. His free throw percentage, everything went up.
Elevated,
per game, everything went up, right? But Lonzo's still a young guy too, and this is also his second contract, so to speak, right? So and it's not like this opportunity situation where Lonzo, he turned it down, and then there's gonna have to be a calendar year before he has to kind of recoup on all that money that he had lost in a way worse situation.
And he in Boston now, right? And you said he a backup.
No, Chicago.
No, he in Boston.
No,
are you talking about
Dennis Schroeder, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he a backup too, right?
So he's
And,
not gonna.
and how the hell he gonna do that? Like, how's he gonna average 20 points per game? He go back up.
He's a backup to Marcus Smart. Then we have Jaylen Brown, and then we have Jason Tatum, right? So at the very best, was he gonna be a fourth, fifth option, so to speak? So it's gonna be tough. That money that he lost, I don't see a situation how he's gonna be.
He better pray he don't get hurt too.
Yeah.
Exactly. You better pray he don't get hurt.
Twice. And then safe and stability.
If that happens,
exactly.
If that happens, it's over with. It's done, man. It's over with.
Take money, The love of money, man. The love of money. The love of money, man. The root of all evil. You follow money. Exactly. That's it. It's what's happening right now. Like you gonna right. You here, you comfortable, you still eating. Then you want to follow a big bag that you can't even carry. Now you ain't got no bag. You don't even got a purse. You don't even got a purse. You out here working.
Straight Ziploc bags out here,
Ziploc bags.
Real shit. I'm probably real, like for real, because he got out of his body, right? Like Dennis Schroeder. I think he might have even been a second round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a major advocate for saying, just because you weren't highly touted a recruit or scouted, so to speak, you should just take whatever ownership or the league gives you. No, not at all. But at the same time, right, you have to understand who you are in your body. You know what I'm saying? So if we have illustrious players, like who's a really good player that might not necessarily be as covered as much, who's not as well known,
like a solid player.
Like a really solid player. I think a perfect example is Mike Conley, right? Mike Conley has got 3 years for $72 million. He got hurt for majority of the season, right? But he got within his body, right? Mike Conley's not like, I've been in the league for 10 years. I started in the league for 10 years. I led the league in
After Mike Conley got that Supermax contract, I don't hear shit from him. Nigga stole $153 million. I don't hear shit from Mike Conley. God bless Mike Conley, though. You deserve all that money. Don't let him tell you any different. But I won't hear shit from that.
Because the thing is, right, okay, Mike Conley, I think he led the league in assists maybe 1 or 2 times. He's been a starting point guard for 10 years. So it's like a viable option for someone to come be your starting point guard, you know what I'm saying? But at least Mike Conley could stay in his body and understand what his role is on that team. You know what I'm saying? What his market, what his value is in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just, I think more than anything, Dennis Schroeder is just like a viable lesson that, other young guys can learn from. It's unfortunate, that he kind of had to be like a measuring stick.
They're really about to put that boy in all the rookie presentations.
You want to relate this to somebody else? It's kind of like the same thing that happened to Alexander Song. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah.
And now he just vanished.
Went to Barca?
He went to Barca. Yeah. So it's stuff like that, man. It just
because when he was at Arsenal, he was really one of the best, like number fives in football.
Oh yeah.
And when he was at Arsenal, he was at number 5. That's a defensive role. That's a defensive mid role. He was really one of the best in football. And when he made that transition, it just fizzled out. It was definitely a sad situation. That's a very good.
Oh yeah, let me hear. Let me see. How you want to go first? But you want to go first? Let me hear your early favorite. Who about win the Super Bowl this year?
No, Washington.
Do that. Yeah.
Washington, baby. Yo, would you look,
man.
Hey, look, man.
Hey, break it down, bro. Break it down,
man. Washington, baby. Yo, Washington, man. I already know. Ain't nobody beating us, man. Nobody getting past that defense. Nobody getting past that D, bro.
What quarterback is leading y'all to a Super Bowl?
Yo, as long as he's stable, as long as we just need a stable quarterback. I mean, yeah, you can get me on that, right? Quarterback has always been Washington's problems forever. As I can ever, forever. Yeah, that's been our problem. Like, we get a good quarterback, he get hurt. We get another good quarterback, he almost get killed. And they come and go, right? They come and go. Some of them will come, we can't keep them. Cousins.
Way too many front office problems to be winning the Super Bowl.
I mean, I feel like that sorted out. I feel like that right there sorted out. I feel like it's a bit more stability now in Washington than 2-3 years ago. Because last year was
it was
year before last.
Definitely gotten better because they got a defense now. They can hide a lot of stuff under their victories, so that's the problem.
Exactly.
When you losing, you can see a lot of shit, but when you winning, get to the playoffs.
Look at this. Right, our offensive line was like it was number 6 last year. It was ranked number 6, right? Pass protection and everything, and all of that. Bro, we got a solid wide receiver room, and you already know we got a solid running back star.
Yes,
and that boy,
running backs is cool.
What that little boy we got from North Carolina, that little Diami Brown, right? That boy a star.
Look, until y'all have a solid game managing quarterback, it's gonna be a long look. Thank you.
That's
when
the
Baltimore locks in this year. Them Ravens is taking it. Lamar is setting his tone as the premier quarterback in the AFC. I said that Patrick Mahomes at me if you want to. Lamar Jackson is about to lock in.
Now watching the game, bro. I'm saying, like, what you say,
look, no, Trent Dilfer got a championship, right?
Bro, that's because that defense was ridiculous.
Joe Flacco got out of his body.
Defense was ridiculous.
Thank you. I like what he's saying. Hey, I like what he's saying, right? I like what you're saying about the defense, right? Washington's defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, but but they had a game manager. Like, Joe Flacco ain't throw no picks that season. That's not something Joe Flacco should be doing.
He keep coming back on that quarterback thing.
The Washington football team, we have the best front 7 in football right now as a collective. As a collective.
No, that defensive line and them linebackers, they raw. Tampa Bay's kind of close, y'all. Wilding right now. Them linebackers in Tampa Bay are like that. Them linebackers in Tampa Bay
they weren't all that. They weren't all that when we played them. We gave them hell. We're the only team that gave them as much hell as they had.
They have the best I've ever seen playing.
I'm telling you. Look, we playing them again this year. We're going to see. All right, they're going to run. We're going to see if they can run it back on now.
I don't think the Bucs making it out the conference championship this year regardless.
That's
exactly.
No. The Bucs, if we're being real, right? Like, no favoritism. The teams that's probably going to go to Super Bowl, if you ask me, it'd be 3 to 4 teams. Kansas City, the Bucs, the Ravens, and the Bills as a wild
about
card.
The Bills. I did forget about the Bills.
As a Bills.
Because their defense was like that too.
And another team, there's no, and I'm just going to throw another team out there. Tennessee.
The Titans?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, they've always been for the last 3 years. They seem like they are mid-team, but they really one of the top teams. They always seem like they don't.
You talk about Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
the Titans. Yeah, they always seem like they don't have super weapons, but they have a solid core at pretty much every position, bro.
They do. Right.
They might have the scariest,
the best running back, plus with one of the best running backs you've seen.
Bro, they have
offenses.
They have one of the scariest offenses in the league right now, bro.
I don't know what they told Ryan Tannehill to get him to start playing like this, but that QB coach needs a raise.
You know he about to get it. And you know he played well this year. This is what?
Oh, he's getting paid.
Yeah,
he's about to get paid.
Yeah. But that goes to show why. What's the coach's name for the Jets before Salah got in there? What's that guy's name?
Man, I don't even know.
Gates. He's supposed to.
That's how much they suck.
Adam Gase, nah. His eyes told me he would never win a game. Buddy be standing there like bro.
Oh man.
Hey, Heissend. NBA champion. Who is it?
Man, this ain't my forte, but damn, I don't know, bro.
What to say?
I'm gonna go with the usual. I'm gonna go to LA.
LA?
I'm going LA, yeah.
To be honest, I'll give you LA.
Yeah.
Unless
LA.
Brooklyn starts to hoop, LA got their weapons right. It depends how they all mesh, but maybe you need some consistent shooters or something.
Hey, what do y'all think about them having Westbrook over there right now, dude? Like, I feel like a team that has too many stars technically end up not playing too well, like as people expect them to play.
See, people say that, but I think LeBron knows how to play with whoever he wants to play with.
Because at some point, right, this is sports, right? It's competition, right? Everybody got an image to ego sets in at some point.
Yeah. And if that ego sets in low hard, LeBron's gonna get you on that trade train. You're gonna be on the new organization by tomorrow.
Hey, because hey.
Get these niggas out of here.
So your boy technically controlling the entire team.
GD buzz. Get these niggas on the bus. Get these niggas out of here.
He low key GM.
Bro, he been GM. Who gonna tell him otherwise? And he deserves it. People be acting, oh my God, LeBron gets started. Bro, if you are that good, you deserve it. Don't tell me LeBron.
This is the best.
I'm who they coming to see. Nobody coming to see you.
Temptations.
Last one.
Damn, we running out of time.
Oh, we got time.
Shit. Champions League winners. Who is it, Fitz?
It is not PSG. It is not PSG.
Be quiet.
No, it's not. Look, that's what I'm telling you. Look,
hold on,
the
y'all.
Same thing. Let me tell you something. The same thing happened to PSG a couple years ago. I don't know. It was 2 years ago when they had a whole bunch of stars. This is the same. Like, I could probably say something with football, right? But then, I mean, with a basketball thing, I don't know how they're gonna turn out. But with football, man, it's a whole different thing, bro. Mbappe, Messi, and what's his name? Exactly.
Backwards.
I'm going with that.
Backwards. But y'all know what's going on.
It's working right.
I'm going with these people, bro. I'm going with them. I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all can't see it.
You gotta zoom it in.
Y'all can't see it. Man City.
Man City.
Yeah.
That's not without Kane. I mean, now that they got their 9.
I'm going Man City.
They can't win it.
I'm going Man City, bro. Because I'm telling you, bro, PSG ain't doing nothing.
EPL winner, Man City again.
Yep.
La Liga winner.
Quick, yep. I know we wrapping up.
Yo, La Liga winner. I'm telling you something. It's probably gonna be funny, but I'm going with Atletico Madrid.
I'm going with Atletico.
What?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
No, I'm going with Atletico. Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
Telling you. Yeah, they've been riding third wheel for too long.
They've been waiting on this day since 2014.
They're about to go off. And look, man, look, technically, 2013. That's a strong team. I'm not even gonna lie.
Atletico, hell yeah. You know that defense? Yeah. Probably the best goalie in the world with Oblak. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be a toss-up.
Yeah.
Good ass first episode.
You guys are wishfully thinking. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm leaving it at that.
Bro.
You guys are wishfully thinking.
You think that Vinicius Jr. will carry you guys to a
Yo. I'm telling you, PSG about to broke a lot of people's heart, man, because people they thinking they're gonna come here and beat the whole universe. I'm telling you, they gonna break a lot of people's heart.
I'm telling you right now.
And you know them
winning the Champions League final 2-0 against Man City.
C'est Paris. They're gonna be saying c'est Paris. C'est Paris. So I'm telling you, because they about to. Oh, bro, you gonna see. They're not gonna win as much. I mean, I'm not saying they're not gonna win games, but they're not winning those damn championships.
They might have an invincible season this year. That's all I gotta tell you right now. Yeah. Champions League included. That's how I'm feeling.
We're gonna see.
They going, what is it? 40. They're going 52-0. Champions League.
52-0.
Spanish League One Cup. Uber Eats Cups.
Who going 52-0?
You talk about PSG.
No, bro.
Look, and now they changed the aggregate, so now you don't have to be winning by an away goals. It's just win the game. Whoever has most goals.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? I'm betting y'all, man. There's gonna be a problem on that team. I'm telling you. You already know Neymar. You already know Neymar is not a humble dude, man. You know he's not about to back.
Neymar he's not about to realize that he doesn't have the ability to do it.
Neymar.
I think he understands that now. It's not.
Yeah, he probably there's a difference between understanding something and actually accepting it.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. He's not going to accept it. He might understand, but he's still going to want to prove himself right. Like I can do it.
Yeah, he wants to prove. He's going to want to prove that he deserves 10 on this team.
there's gonna be a whole bunch of times like situations where he could just pass that ball to Messi or Mbappe or somebody just push it in the net, right? He taking it, and it's gonna go.
My only problem right now is who's taking penalties, who's taking free kicks.
Exactly. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You see what happened?
Honestly, Ramos should be taking the penalties because he's better.
You see what happened?
Honestly, but it's not gonna go like that.
You see what Neymar did? You see what he did? Like that was 2 years ago, right? When on the penalty kick, was it a free kick
with Cavani?
But he was with him, both of them. Look at that stuff like that, right? I bet you.
Let me take it. Like, That, right? I mean, but that's a different story. That's an old guy who Cavani's been PSG pretty much the whole time. He was like really the staple of PSG, and then this young guy is coming in. He's third best player in the world. You're gonna be upset when he's really taking a role. The thing is, I think Neymar needs to. He realizes that Messi is going to be the best. You can't escape his shadow whether you run to Saudi Arabia or not. You're going to be in his shadow, and
that's why. That's why.
I don't know if he understands that right now.
That's why he left Barcelona, because he was trying to get away from Messi's shadow, and now the shadow followed him here to Paris.
Listen,
he brought the shadow here. I bet.
And set pieces on that team, they need to tell Neymar, like, hey, bro, get out the way, bro. For shit, bro.
He needs
get out the way, bro. Like, move, bro. Like some old head need to like put him to the corner, like, hey, bro.
And I don't see Mbappe being a, you know what I'm saying, getting over his head. Like,
we know Mbappe shouldn't be kicking no penalties.
No, but he wants.
I mean,
Mbappe.
I see him just being excited. I see him just being excited that he got Neymar with him, bro. He like, damn, bro, this is. I mean, Messi. I just see the kid.
That's what people thought, but the rumors are he's trying to leave to go to Real Madrid because he wants to be number one.
Man.
But
that would be a good fit. If he does, he's playing.
But the problem is that he only has 1 year in his contract. So they're like, do we have to sell him now, or do we hope he resigns? Because if you lose him for free, that's 100 million plus that you're losing for free. So if he doesn't resign that contract, are you going to sell him? But the world needs to see one season with all of them together.
Yo, I feel like
he just needs to sign. He needs to sign a 1 year extension.
We just need.
Yo, look at all the stars. Look at all the stars PSG's been piling up for the past years. It still ain't do nothing.
None of them were Lionel Messi.
Nah, but
what you mean, man? You know what I mean? What you mean? Yo, what you talk, bro? They're still not gonna do nothing with Messi.
Nah, chill.
But then when you think about that line though, that's crazy, man. They got Di Maria, they got Neymar, they got Mbappe,
Verratti, they got
Verratti, they got Sergio Ramos
in the back.
Ramos, Marquinhos. They just got Donnarumma, Keylor Navas.
Yo,
that's I hated the most my whole life.
Yo, I feel like that's Team Universe right there, because
it's too much, bro. It's too much.
It's too much. But I'm telling you, it's too much, man. That's too much weight right there. I just played it on sync. I'm telling you.
Hey, man,
too much weight, man.
We're gonna have to see. Messi gonna play. I think he's playing his first game in like 2 weeks. Think we good for Stuck in the Middle episode 1 sports edition?
Yes, sir.
Once again, my name is Bruno, 301 Bruno on Twitter and Instagram. Go ahead, anybody else?
Yep, and I'm Heissend, Instagram, Iceman_237. You already know.
I'm going to New York right now. Hold up.
I'm going back. I'm trying to get
I'm Fitz. Y'all can follow me on Twitter _OWN5_.
Yes, sir.
Listen to SitM.